Well, pretty much right now. So, welcome everybody. I am broadcasting. I always ask people where they're broadcasting from. I'm broadcasting live. I'm in Paradise Valley, Scottsdale, Arizona. It is a fairly rainy, cold day. It's gotten down to like a balmy, like 58 degrees. That's freezing here in Arizona. So, this is some of the coldest weather we've been in Arizona in a significant period of time. Somebody was saying I was not getting a song. You missed it, man. You missed it. All of it. Anyway, let's make sure that we're good to go. By the way, I'm going to check my own sound here, so just bear with me for just a second. Make sure that we're tuned in. I don't see my sound necessarily coming through here. So hang with me here for 1 second. All right. So let me know if you guys hear me all right, because again, I'm not. All right. So let me know if you guys hear. There we go. Just making sure. It was weird. I didn't see my own sound coming through a moment ago. So excellent. So Wisconsin with snow. Nice. Okay. If you do once in a while you hear me twice, that's because I was monitoring my own broadcast over here. So all right, we've got this is an unusual time. We don't typically broadcast in the afternoon, but we wanted to in the evening. We wanted to actually for this event, not necessarily the market started getting volatile, and I didn't want to detract it all from some of the market volatility, have people distracted. It's a great time for you guys to sit down. You can kind of focus. Again, my name is Don Kaufman. I'm going to be joined by a special guest. Let's get started. This is the one hidden signal I'm using to target 100% account growth in 2026. A risk disclosure. We're not financial advisors nor a broker dealer. I always put this up here, and I'll give you the specifics behind it. I spent 15 years in the brokerage world. I'll give you the nickel tour of myself in just a moment. So I always throw this out here. I am thrilled to be out of the brokerage world. I'm thrilled to be out of the market making world. It's changed a lot over the years, and it's this is freedom to trade and to talk specifically about those trades. If you ever need to get a hold of me after today, it's just right here, support@theotrade.com. And again, we encourage emails to be sent. Just put Don. If you ever need to get a hold of me specifically, I'm one of the co-founders here of TheoTrade. Just put Don in the subject line. We use a common inbox. That way it's easier to kind of, decipher and blast out emails to one another. A few housekeeping items. Housekeeping. Okay. By the way, if the text is not clear, like just refresh your screen, okay? Or you can actually change your resolution. It's a little sprocket on the bottom. It's okay. You guys want to see? Okay, change the resolution right down here, a little sprocket right down there. Just change your resolution. Okay, trust me, it's you. It's not me. You're it's you. All right, shut the door. Turn off Skype chat. There is no more Skype. Okay, that's just weird. It's weird. Turn off Telegram. Definitely get rid of Instagram. Social media. What is social media? Facebook, please. Okay. What are those kids on these days? It's definitely not Facebook. Put your phone on silent mode. Definitely kick out the kids. The dog can stay focused, people. We're going to go through a lot tonight. Here's a little bit about me. As I said a moment ago, I'm one of the co-founders here of TheoTrade, but I had a pretty lengthy career even before we actually launched TheoTrade. So, as I said, I'll give you the nickel or the dime tour. Everybody again has stories about how they get involved in trading. I don't necessarily have a great story. I grew up in this business. I grew up around traders. So I had family that were traders, the Chicago Board Options Exchange. I actually had an uncle that owned, at one point, his firm owned over 500 seats on exchanges worldwide. If you know anything about trading on an exchange and the cost of seats, it was a multi-billion-dollar firm. He had actually sold that firm. He started it in the 1970s, sold it in the 90s to a company by the name of Swiss Bank. It became the driving force behind UBS. So I'm after that. Late 90s, 3 weeks out of college, I end up in Chicago. I had no intention of ever trading on the floor. I had no intention of ever going into the finance industry. I do not have a degree in finance. Okay. My degree is in molecular genetics. You want fries with that? So I had no intention of going into this line of work. And, family traded there. So anyway, 3 weeks out of college, I end up there. I was going from like ramen noodles to the trading floor. Shortly thereafter, is about 18 months after I was in Chicago, a gentleman approached me on the side. That guy said, "Hey, we're starting a brokerage firm. Come with us. You don't want to be down here in the trading floor. Trading floor is going away. We're going all electronic." I agreed. I was from the technology era. And that gentleman just happened to be named Tom Sosnoff. So Tom Sosnoff, Scott Sheridan, a few other partners hired me very, very early on. I was officially with Thinkorswim starting in 2001. Yeah, that no-name startup firm became Thinkorswim. I actually ran a division of Thinkorswim. I was on the executive team when we took the company public in 2007. I was there when we were actually acquired by TD Ameritrade in 2009. I took on a position from 2010 to 2015, managing a pretty large group inside of TD Ameritrade in the active trader division. At which time I ran education for over 7 million clients of TD Ameritrade. At my tenure of both Thinkorswim and TD Ameritrade, we had the largest client order flow, okay, in the entire industry and the retail side, bar none. And everything that you learn here at TheoTrade, by the way, most of the people here at TheoTrade are from early Thinkorswim. We have Jeff Bierman, we've got Blake Young, we've got Brandon Chapman. By the way, the list goes on and on now. We've actually stacked out. We've got Todd Sweet, all of which actually stem from Thinkorswim trading floor days and TD Ameritrade. What you learn here at TheoTrade comes from watching order flow, comes from watching literally your trades. And we have the knowledge of what works effectively for retail clients. It's a little background on me. Now, this is going to get interesting. We're going to do something very special tonight for Black Friday. Stay with me, okay? I'm going to save it until right after this, okay? I'm going to show you the full power of the hidden signal. Stay tuned. There is something big, something special for Black Friday tonight. I am actually going to mention it for the first time. All right, look, I want to actually introduce you to a trader, and really the only trader that I've ever allowed to do this, who I trust to trade my money. It's 50,000, no, 100,000, nope, 250 grand. So with the trader I'm going to introduce to you this evening, I opened up an account with my capital. It's $250,000 and have at it. I'll be honest, I actually watch him in the account. I don't really do anything. Once in a while I'll make a comment to him, but this trader manages $250,000 of my capital. And even though, okay, that's a lot of money, okay, I sleep well at night. Honestly, for me, okay, it's not like a critical amount of capital, but I've never let anybody do that before. In my entire trading career, I have never had anybody manage my capital but me, ever. So to hand $250,000 to somebody, okay, means a lot. Why? What's he doing? Okay, he's the only trader in the world who goes to great pains to track one specific signal. The one hidden signal, okay, is powerful. It's so powerful. I believe ordinary traders need to know it if they ever want reasonably target 100% plus in the account growth, especially in 2026 and beyond. So I'm personally banking on it, okay? And you should strongly consider doing some of the same. Let me show you exactly why. So this is actually some of the trades that were in the account. AMD calls, 389% in 5 days. This is some of the trades that were actually in this particular account. And by the way, I don't mind showing, like, here's the account. We'll show you P&L. We'll show you everything. There's one thing about what we do here at TheoTrade. I go completely no holds barred. Like, I'll show you every freaking trade that we've done in every single account. You can see P&L in the year, P&L to date, all of it. Okay, you know what the S&Ps are returning in a year to date. It's probably only 11 or 12%. Obviously, we're significantly outpacing that. So AMD calls up 389%. Tesla calls up 155% in 4 days. By the way, this is one of the trades I was watching my special guest do. And I was like, are you sure you want to do that? You've seen the market light up. This is HUD 8 exploding on AI buzz. Okay, everyone saw these stories, but they saw them after they broke. Okay, it doesn't have to be that way. Each of these stories started the exact same way with a signal that apparently nobody saw. AMD, HUD 8, Tesla, all of these became critical headlines. Okay, we were in the trades before. I say we. My guest actually put us in the trades before, and I say us because it's my capital, his trades. Okay, he's more than happy financing himself. Okay, but I actually wanted to put the capital up. I want to see what somebody's made of. Okay, kind of put the money where the mouth is. My 250 grand in there. Today, for the first time ever, you're going to see it, the signal before the story. And I love to mention that because it is the signal before the story, because the bottom line is, okay, talk is cheap. He was in these positions before the signal actually hit. Okay. And here's what nobody tells you. Every one of the stories, AMD and Tesla and Hut 8, they start the same way. Okay. There's a crystal clear signal on them, a pattern. Okay. Only one of our traders actually saw. He saw it before the crowd, before the chaos, before the story. The market didn't even know it was moving yet. He did. He did. I mean, you can't get in the trade if you didn't see the signal, right? Beneath every chart, okay, there's a moment you can't see when invisible forces click into place. Okay, that's when momentum ignites. And if you spot it early, everything changes. Look, the trader you're going to meet today, he's seen these market hidden forces think up before anyone else. By the time others notice it, he's already like 3 candles ahead. I think that's actually kind of a cool way to put it. Like he's literally 3 candles ahead. The reason I actually threw that in there is because in a lot of the instances, he was actually putting himself into the position approximately 3 days before. He's not predicting, okay? It's detecting. And I want to make that very, very clear. I don't want anybody to think, well, it's a hidden signal, okay? There is not prediction in here. It's detection. It's not guessing, it's confirming, okay? Before the first headline hits the wire. And that's really what it comes down to. And I like to always focus on that because people think prediction, okay? Ain't no crystal ball out there, people. And again, that's how we caught AMD 389% in 5 days, and Tesla 155% in 4 days, and INQ 74% in a month, and a lot more. Okay, every one of them before the story actually broke. So the question, how do you see what the market hides? How do you find the moment, okay, when the tides, the waves, the ripples, momentum all collide, perfectly align, and surge the stock skyward? That's what we're actually going to show you. A process built to expose invisible alignment behind every major move. Without this alignment, stock can't surge. Simple as that. So for the first time ever, let's get into it here. I don't think you guys are going to look at trading quite the same again. If you're tired of always being the last to know, okay? You want to listen to this trader extremely careful. And all of 2026, your most successful trading yet. Again, what you're about to learn can make the rest of the year, but it's more important to look forward to 2026. Each time you start the story, okay, the same move, the headlines went crazy, okay, over. Then you roll back the chart and it'll show you what nobody else saw. So I want to be clear about this, okay? When he's actually going to show you, he's going to show you the story that broke on Tesla. Then he's actually going to show you, okay, what other people didn't see, what was tipping us off on Tesla, what was tipping us off on AMD, what was tipping us off on Hut 8, if you're not familiar with that. Step by step, from silence to signal to explosion. You'll see exactly how we get there, okay, and why it keeps happening again and again. And after, okay, after this, too late won't be in the vocabulary, and that's what's so critical. This trader has built something extraordinary. You're going to see how a brand new pro-grade technology locates the hidden signals in seconds without being chained to charts. Okay. All right. We call him the guy who sees tomorrow, stories today. Yep. The only guy I trust to trade it, Gianni DiPoce. Okay. I personally headhunted Gianni. For those of you that have no idea, Gianni DiPoce has been with us. In fact, he's probably one of the newest of our traders here at TheoTrade. And Gianni, we actually knew, we had a lot of common friends, a lot of common business partners over the past couple of years. I knew about Gianni even when I was back at my time at TD Ameritrade. And I actually kind of tracked and followed Gianni's career, okay, and kind of headhunted him. And that's how actually we find most of our traders. But his revolutionary approach, okay, is to trading is really critical. And we're actually going to expose that right now. So real members, real results. Gianni, my account, okay, has seen sizable gains this year. I've not had this much success before in trading. Comes from David Blevins. Gianni, you helped me take a small $35,000 account to $92,000. Okay. People, I'm going to introduce you to none other than Gianni DiPoce. So Gianni, you know, man, I could actually read through your entire bio. I don't think it necessarily does it justice. So you're in the business about 14 years right now. I call you kind of a breakout stress, a breakout specialist. I don't necessarily, again, think that does it justice. I don't think any bio ever would. What's critical here is, by the way, our common link was Benzinga originally. It's actually where I originally heard of you is through Benzinga, and some of the founders over there. We go back, like 15 years or so. So that, and Gianni resides in Detroit, which is unfortunately near and dear to my heart because that's exactly where my wife is from. So we have actually a lot of common friends in there. So I kind of knew of Gianni before Gianni ever came here and headhunted him, and that's it. I mean, that's really the beginnings of it. So let's get into it a little bit. I'm gonna turn it over to you for a few minutes, and I am going to interject, and I am going to get involved tonight because I want to talk about some of the trades you've actually executed in the account. Gianni, have at it.
Great. Well, Don, thanks for having me, and thank you everyone for tuning in today. It's great to be with you. We are in a season of giving thanks, and I'm really thankful to be able to share this the hidden signal before the story, and how we capitalize on these big moves. And this is how it always starts. Every story that you're going to see tonight starts basically the same way. No one's talking about it. It's quiet, no noise. The headlines are dull. There's a chart that's just going sideways and it looks like nothing. But then something underneath the surface starts to move. And I'm going to show you exactly what that is and how it's going to change everything you think you know about trading. So let's back up the time a little bit here, go back to the end of September, the early part of October. There's been so many headlines as of late. OpenAI, it's kind of the talk of the trading town right now, and still is. But you had a big investment from OpenAI into advanced micro devices. You had this huge stock up tremendously in short periods of time. Everyone saw the story after the fact, but because of the signal that I'm sharing with you today, we were able to take a position on this trade. So this is what the chart looked like before the story existed. Nothing here says that a potentially 300%, 400% trade is in the works. If you were looking at this, you wouldn't think anything's about to happen, right? The chart was looking quiet, but underneath this surface, a deeper current started to move. It was slow, it was quiet, but it was unmistakable. The first domino dropped. Then a second rhythm appeared. Another signal came alive. It was in a different time frame, but in the same direction. The setup was starting to come about. And then the third and final signal came about. This is the moment that I wait for before I pounce, when all of the layers lock together. This isn't noise, guys. This is structure, and it happens every time we get a big move in a stock. And what everyone else was calling news was just simply the market catching up to what we were already seeing in this trade. Okay, so we took that call, the 165 strike November 2021 calls, and we booked a really, really solid profit on this stock. So the story always comes after the signal, guys. Every big move starts the same way. It starts off quietly. You just have to know where to look, and that's what this system that I'm sharing with you today is built to reveal. So Don, are you hearing me okay? Because I'm making sure that we got.
Yeah, yeah, we have some server issues still, and who knows? Maybe we're getting cloud flared a little bit again.
Okay, okay.
Cloudflare strikes
I'm gonna
again.
keep going then. So here we have another story. Tesla's in the headlines always for one reason or another, whether it's Elon Musk, whether it's a new robot, AI development, whatever. But earlier this year, a couple months ago, Tesla had a pretty big breakthrough when it came to their manufacturing strategies and whatnot, and they had a pretty big breakout a few months ago. But before that breakthrough happened, the chart was doing nothing. Tesla's been one of those stocks in the Mag 7 that has underperformed this year, still in that category, but you did have some really nice tradable swings in this stock earlier this year. There was no excitement before this move happened, though. It was calm right before the ignition. But then something subtle started to stir, and it was barely visible unless you knew where to look. And that's when I start to pay attention, because these quiet shifts like this, they don't stay that way for long. They really don't. They start to accelerate, and the momentum started to echo across another time frame. Follow my cursor here, guys, because I'm showing you where it is. I'm going to put the arrows on the screen in just a moment. Okay. Once all of these forces point in the same direction, look at these arrows. Don, do you see this?
Of
You see
course
how
I
this
see.
starts to rise? Yeah, it's
Absolutely.
pretty easy to see. It wasn't a matter of if it would move, it was only a matter of when at that point. So here we go. We picked up some 350 strike October 24 calls. And right on cue, Tesla ripped higher. Not after the news, not after the breakout. The signal came first. The story came afterward. This is the signal before the story. This allowed us to book 155% gains on the calls in just a matter of days. So the big moves that I've showed you already are following the same rhythm. That alignment always comes first. And when you see it early, you stop reacting, you stop chasing, you start being proactive, you start to lead. The story always comes after the signal. Okay, let's take a look at HUT 8. Back before Bitcoin started blowing up over the last couple of weeks, it was hot. It was hot, and a lot of these crypto stocks were doing very well. A lot of them have some overlap with AI, but you had some record rallies in names like HUT 8, bold AI leaps, governments, boosts, valuation surges. It was all, the story after the signal type of headlines. But here's how it looked before it had its big move. It was quiet. It was subtle, going sideways. Nothing to see here. Totally unattractive, not really paying attention. But then early strength started to show. It was quiet, consistent, deliberate. There was no news that led to that signal developing, but it was starting to happen underneath the surface. It was that first flicker of alignment that began to form. And then the second window opened. And when these multiple time frames, these multiple timelines start to agree, the move is loading, it's building pressure, getting ready to burst, and then everything locks in. You see here where all these green tides start to lift, 3 layers of market motion clicking into place at the right time. The alignment was perfect. We bought the straight stock. The ignition hit. It's not luck, guys. This is alignment. Caught early, executed perfectly. This is exactly what we look for from silence to surge in these types of setups. And
By the way, we have a couple of people actually in chat right now that did well in this chat, and specifically in HUD 8.
oh yeah, I mean
Yeah,
it was one of the trades of the year.
yeah,
Absolutely.
no, it's like a couple people actually mentioning doubling their capital, doubling their money, specifically in this one. So in this particular one, anything else that stood out? I mean, besides just the signal in here, is there anything at all, or are you literally do you block out all the external noise on the underlying? Are you, there's a lot of conversation about signal and noise. Do you black out the noise and just look at signal, or are you
It's just a
a little bit
signal.
of both?
It's just a
Cool.
signal. And
Yeah,
then the
that's
story follows. It's the signal before the story. And so this really helps you focus and concentrate on when to take action. It does matter. And it does lead to the biggest returns in the shortest periods of time. So there's the timestamp on the HUT 8 trade, 132% in a couple of few weeks, basically is how the trade played out. But you're starting to see it now, I hope. It's that same hidden rhythm that starts to bubble up underneath the surface. And it's that same locked in, easy to see alignment, and appears time and time again before every move. So I'm showing you different stocks, I'm showing you different setups, but they're all following the same pattern. Okay. Let's
By the
take
way,
a look at,
you guys want to see something really cool? I'm actually going to torture you for a second, Gianni.
yeah, torture
I'm going
me.
to show I'm going to torture you for a second because people are like, oh, whatever, man, whatever. And they kind of get into that mode. If you want to see whatever, because there's actually the trades in the account. These are the actual executions
Oh,
inside of
yeah.
the account. So rather than show like some screen show, let's do a little dance, make a little love, get down tonight. Yeah, forget that crap. This is actually where the rubber meets the road. So what I did is I went into Taste to Trade. This is actually where I opened up the $250,000 account, which is now just over a $300,000 account. And I figured, what the hell? Symbol filter. I went into the activity of the position, symbol filter, year to date, and you can see all the trade executions specifically on HUT. So there's no if, and, or but about it. You can see everything. So as I said to you guys a little bit earlier, I'm about total clarity here. Like I want people to see trade executions, and trade execution. This is what it's about. I don't really care. Talk is cheap. If you're not willing to actually pull the trigger, behind it, this is not some signal. Okay, it's also execution, and we're huge about that. You may grab the screen back. I
Okay, I
apologize.
will do that. I will do that. Okay, here we are. Okay, here's another stock that showed that same signal before the story erupted. Arquette Quantum. I think I pronounced that right. I get it messed up sometimes with some of the other names out there, but Quantum was hot this year. It was really hot. And we had another situation where there was a move that everyone woke up to. You had a lot of these quantum names that, everyone is calling like the next AI thing. And we had those signals showing up. Everyone saw the story, but I saw the signal. And it's the same pattern that you have been seeing in the previous trade. So once again, here's what it looked like before anyone cared. It's just a stock that's just chopping around. You got a couple swings here and there, but nothing that's really leading to a sustainable move. But then you start to see this signal. This is where it starts. The long-term current starts to build. It starts to get stronger. It starts to accelerate. And then we get a second wave, the midterm rhythm, that confirms the direction of that initial wave. It's lining up with the current below it. Okay, there it is. So there's step two. Here comes step three. It all clicked. 3 layers, long-term, midterm, short-term, all three aligned. We had the ignition point. We had the signal. We took the swing. We nailed it. We got out at a perfect spot, 103% gain. Okay, you can see here where the arrows are. It's exactly where we bought. There's that buy. Arrow 1, arrow 2, arrow 3, long, mid, short, and there's that trade. 103% gain before the story broke. Okay, or by the time the story broke, it had already happened. So yet again, there's the alignment, there's the ignition, there's the story. It all starts the same way, different ticker, same signal. And so now you're probably wondering, like, well, what the heck is this signal actually telling me? Where does it come from? Well, I'm going to dive deeper into that here today, and I'm going to show you how you can be the first to see it. But before we get into that, let's take a look at a couple more examples. Astera Labs, okay? Another hot AI name. By the time the headline hit on this stock, the ignition, that signal before the story was what was it you said, Don? Three candlesticks ahead. I like that. That's brilliant. It was multiple candlesticks ahead. And so here's what this stock looked like before it exploded higher. This is where I live, guys. This is where I live. People aren't paying attention to this. The story doesn't start at the top. It starts here. It's buried in the silence, but to me, it's speaking very loudly, a very clear message, loud and clear. It's impossible to ignore. Once you see it, you cannot unsee it. So once again, you see the first long-term undercurrent had turned. Okay, very strong signal building up. The big power wave is starting to move. And then the midterm tide, the midterm strength, starts to agree with the longer-term wave. That's confirmation number 2. That's the midterm rhythm that I had locked in on this stock. And then there's number 3, the 3 forces, the short term, the midterm, the long term. Okay, the tide, the wave, the ripple, all synced up, all synchronized. It's the same pattern that I showed you on those previous trades. And it exploded higher. The ignition fired, the story followed, the price launched. I took half off of this position at 62% when it hit my first target. The rest closed for a 101% gain. But once again, most importantly, the signal was there first. The headlines came after. Every single time, same pattern, different name, same story. You're seeing the setup, you're seeing the signal, you're seeing the 3 different waves. It's firing on all cylinders, and the move happens. And we executed. We act. When the signal says move, I say, how much? And we did. So you're seeing this hidden structure repeat over and over. But how would it change your trading if you could see it too? If you were able to track all of these 3 forces when they align in real time, well, you're seeing it. So let's unpack what it is. Okay. D-Wave Quantum, another hot quantum name. You had 50% surges in a single month. Okay, expanding all over the world. By the time the headlines broke, the breakout had already happened, guys. You had to be positioned ahead of time. So yet again, you see a stock that is just chopping around. It's not doing much. Trying to put you to sleep. It's trying to distract you. Trying to make you think that nothing is really important happening here. But that's not the case. Something important is happening. And you start to see it build on that first wave. You have a pretty steady wave. It starts to pick up. The power is building. The strength underneath the surface is gathering force. Then the tide starts to lift. Okay. So the tide's lifting, the wave gets stronger. You almost have that third signal. There it is. There's that third signal, that third ripple. All three are lined up. All three are synced up. All three are pointing to that move getting ready to happen. That's when the trigger gets pulled. That's when I buy. We take half off here, take half off there, 61% gain there, 61%, 104% gain here. Okay, so big gains. Before the headlines hit, you can see the story was reacting. Those stories were published in here. Here. We were buying here. Those news stories that I showed you coming out in here. What good does that do for you? None. The move already happened. You need to have the signal before the story. So here's the trade. Captured and verified. Okay?
You actually did a couple of trades in here. I'm looking at the account right now.
Yeah.
You've done a number of trades in here, and this one was as ridiculous. I mean, literally, I see the buys to open and the sell to close, but this is actually some big boy trades that you happen to hit in.
Yeah.
I call it qubits. Qubits.
Qubits. Qubits.
Qubits.
We'll see how real those end up being, but we're out of it now. So we'll let the market decide. So you've seen these results again and again. The same quiet alignment, the same green surge building up before every move. So, what is this green force and what's it actually measuring? Why does it look like this before every breakout? And how does it keep doing this across totally different stocks? It's the same pattern. It's the same signal, just different stocks. So I'm going to walk you through this final example, not just to show you that it works, but to show you why it works. So let's go ahead and pull back the curtain. Once you see what the green really means, green means go. Green means go. That simply. You'll understand how it can be tracked, measured, and even automated. So you're not going to miss this signal anymore, and you'll always see this signal happening before the headlines and the stories follow. And this is what helps ordinary traders target 100% account growth year after year. So IonQ, another tech stock headline. Most people were alerted to this story after the move had happened, but I saw it building layer by layer, weeks in advance. So here again, this is where the signal started. Quiet stock, chopping around, not doing all that much. The tide starts to turn. This bottom layer is the long-term tide. It's a blend of long-term institutional indicators, and it helps me track deep, deep money movement. It's slow, it's very powerful, but when it shifts, it sets the stage for those big moves happening. Okay. Then you have the midterm signal. And when the midterm wave starts to agree with the long-term tide, I start to build conviction and I can feel the liquidity bubbling up onto the surface. And I really start paying attention because a big move, I'm waiting for that final ripple to play out. And when they all align, I get super excited because I know it's time to take action. Okay. You have that synchronization once again, the tide, the wave, the ripple, all lined up. That's when the ignition happens. The ripple locked in, the alignment is there, the ignition point is there, 74% gain on IonQ. It's the moment I wait for, that full alignment. One layer is not enough. Two is better, okay? But I don't act unless I see three. And that's when I know that lift is about to happen. So once again, documented, executed, verified. And so now you're starting to see this Trinity alignment. These are three distinct hidden forces, and when they line up, the stock's on the launch pad. It's ready for liftoff. It's ready to blast out of the atmosphere. So what if you could see this happen in real time, happen live, across every stock in the market? And it's constantly updating, automatically highlighting the new alignments the very moment that they form. Well, I'm excited to share with you that now you can. Okay.
So I'm actually going to get into something interesting in here. By the way, that last trade, that very last trade, INQ, I got that one. You've been in and out of this a couple of times, but I've got all
Yeah.
of that. In fact, in the pricing in here, and if you're looking at the most recent trade, And I'm actually going to be really detailed on this one. And I like to be just, as detailed as I possibly can. In the most recent execution, right there where you're buying 350 at 46 and exiting, okay,
Yeah.
basically for an $82 credit. These are huge, huge returns. And I can't stress enough. This is before, like, and again, people, we could sit here and talk about options too. We haven't even actually touched on that. But these are actually some of the stock executions that were done.
Right.
But as I get into this, look, before we share everything and everything about this, I got a quick question for you. Everybody know what this is? It's Bloomberg Terminal. Some people are familiar with Bloomberg terminals, some people are not. And when you get into it like a Bloomberg terminal, the reason I'm bringing it up, it's considered the most powerful financial system ever built, but it's all completely and totally backward looking. And there's over 325,000 active users on Bloomberg Terminal. Everybody pays about $30,000 a year. It's no joke. I'm actually in the brokerage industry when we were TD Ameritrade, when we were Thinkorswim. At one point, we had used huge fights. Like nobody wanted to pay $30,000 for this ridiculous terminal. Huge fights over it and so forth. But like literally, okay, and you have to sign into like a 3-year contract, from it. It's $10 billion a year that these firms are spending on technology for 100% backward looking information. Here's the catch. Everything on the screen is reactive. It tells you exactly what's already happened, like exactly what's happened yesterday. By the time the story breaks, the move's over. And that's what a Bloomberg terminal is basically good at. Johnny wanted to actually flip the script. So he wanted to see, instead of what happened, okay, to look out a little bit. And he was talking a little bit about like catching the signal before the story without needing to watch hundreds of charts all day and find the alignment manually. Because get real, manually tracking alignments over these, and people were asking the 3 arrows, what exactly are they? Okay, well, we're going to get into that, or at least all of this used to be the massive time commitment that they used to be. Johnny set out to automate it. The goal was to actually locate this exact signal, okay, in seconds without actually being changed to the charts. So exactly what we're showing you here with the alignment, and it is one signal because it's 3 independent verifications that aggregate into one signal. So alongside Theo Trade team, who've revolutionized retail trading at Thinkorswim, he built and engineered institutional grade technology, so he would not miss these moves again. He pioneered something no other trader had seen before. Okay. Imagine a system that's actually going to look for the hidden alignment. It's actually going to find the tides, the waves, the ripples across every stock in the market, instantly show them where ignition was building. An indicator, okay, had to be, okay, and every indicator had to be incredibly precise. He spent months testing and refining it. So what he was looking at visually, okay, lined up with what the technology was doing. No clutter, no noise, just truth. Okay. Then it finally happened. The alignment came together and Gianni could actually see exactly what he was seeing on his charts. Every stock, every tide, and every wave, every ripple, one screen total visibility. Introducing, of course, this is the first time we're really bringing this out, a completely new way to see strength forming, okay, before it hits, okay? It's the forward-looking terminal, and that forward-looking terminal, okay, is kind of the first of its kind. No other system on Earth does what this does. It's the new Trinity terminal. So Bloomberg shows you the story after it's written. Trinity shows you the signal before it starts. Backward-looking reactive information versus forward-looking predictive and insight. That is what the Trinity terminal is designed to do. Gets even better. The terminal, it doesn't just show alignment. Okay, it finds it for you. It scans the marketplace. Okay, and then as this is beginning to form, it's calculating which ones have the power to ignite. So every setup is going to be scored, meaning that just 3 things in alignment over here. That's not even close to what this does. What we're actually doing over here is the potential move gets a Trinity score. So imagine, if you will, actually find a setup. Okay, and that setup, the aggregate aligns. Okay, you may find 6 or 7 of those. Then it actually scores them of which one had the highest probability of actually launching. And you don't have to analyze or guess. Okay, the score literally does that for you. It's the ultimate done for you advantage, if you will. Open the terminal, see the scores, trade some of the best setups out there. Due to these advances in the signal, okay, the target is big, and he's shooting really, really big in here. And again, That's what this $250,000 account is all about. $250,000 account is about achieving 100% account growth, okay, per year from systematic signal detection. Okay. And that's what's so critical about what we're doing tonight, especially if you're an ordinary trader, since the Trinity terminal is going to do the heavy lifting out here. Now, we're going to give the first 50 people this evening charter access so you can actually catch some of the explosive moves across every stock in real time. This is not scanning, it's not chart hunting, it's no heavy lifting. Okay. It's just a constant stream of just pre-qualified trades. And every single day you'll be able to go into the terminal. And every single day that terminal is going to be providing you, okay, effective, okay, reasonable risk reward trades. It's like Johnny literally watching every stock in the market for you around the clock. So Johnny plus the Trinity terminal, it's a new era in trading. So charter members here are going to be stepping into something that they haven't actually seen before, seeing alignment for the story and striking first. So I'm going to introduce you to Gianni's new and now massively upgraded flagship service. For those of you that are not aware of this, okay, the Trinity Trade Alerts, okay, Trinity Trade Alerts has been around. Gianni's actually been trading with us and firing out alerts now for what? Is it the better part of a year that we've actually been doing?
No, we're in the third year. We're over 2 years now, Don.
I mean, we're getting old.
Yeah.
We're getting old. So, the alerts, I mean, I'm going to tell you right now, it's just over a year ago that I funded the account. So I funded the account, and you've been trading in the $250,000 account for just about a year. I mean, we kind of kicked it off officially, said like, go was actually the beginning of 2025. We're nearing the end of that right now, and that's when I got probably most involved with the Trinity alerts. But we're taking it a step further. Trinity Alerts is not just going to be Johnny sending out trades. Trinity Alerts is now going to come with the Trinity Terminal. Okay. In the future, the Trinity Terminal, the technology is going to be sold separately from the alerts. Okay. And it's worth every penny. It's $5,000 can be worth every penny. But this today, okay, we're going to offer this together. Okay. Because we think it's a great beta testing. It's a great window. And I want to take you through everything in here. And I'm telling you right now, you're going to want to hear this. You are going to want to hear what we're about to do, because people are like, oh, I got to pay this and I got to pay that. Just stop right there, because you're going to be really blown away what I'm going to show you next. What you're going to get, the new Trinity Terminal. It's a forward-looking trading console, okay, that visually tracks real-time alignment of institutional tides, waves, and ripples across the entire market. Okay. That unto itself, it is the piece of technology. It's a $5,000 value. Then you're actually going to get a Trinity Masterclass. Now, you're not reading that date wrong. It's tomorrow. Okay. One of the reasons we're hosting this tonight is because Johnny's actually kicking off the course tomorrow. And some people are like, I get it. Life gets in the way. It's starting tomorrow. Okay. 3 p.m. Eastern time. Get some sleep, wake up tomorrow, hit the class. If you can't, it's recorded. Okay. But this
Terminal
is actually going to show you.
masterclass too, Don. It's a terminal masterclass, specifically on the terminal.
But this is actually what's going to show you not only the terminal, okay, but it's going to show you like what is in the alignment, because everybody wants to know, is the juice, worth the squeeze? We're not sitting here going like, oh, we're not going to tell you what the of course, he's actually going to show you the indications in there. Okay. He's going to show you everything. He's going to actually show you soup to nuts how the terminal is even built. That's part of it. Okay. I don't want anybody to feel like they're trading like dark. I don't want people to feel like, let's just look at the magical signal. Okay. He's actually going to teach you all of that. That is in tomorrow's class. Okay. Then you're on top of this. You're actually going to get Gianni's Trinity alerts. So not only he's giving you the terminal, he's actually showing you about the terminal and the class and what's actually involved in building the terminal and all the signals behind it. But then you're actually going to get Trinity alerts. That is going to be 52 alerts over the coming year. So you're getting a full year of Trinity alerts. At minimum, you're getting a full year of it. Okay. Then on top of it, Trinity coaching calls. Okay. That's twice weekly. You're actually going to join, okay, Johnny in the chat room. Then there is a real money portfolio. Look, no one in here has to trade with $100,000. Okay. Johnny's actually trading in a $100,000 portfolio and in a $250,000 portfolio. You can track, okay, the $100,000 portfolio to your heart's desire, choose trades, but there's also going to be, okay, option trades in there as well. And we didn't even get into that. There will be option trades involved in this. So you don't necessarily have to have like these huge allocations, because I can think sometimes when we look at a $100,000 portfolio, it scares some people. Like, I don't have $100,000. I got like $5,000 in an account. It's okay. Next on the screen, quarterly forecast, strategic quarterly coaching event. This thing goes into detail. I'll talk more about it in a moment. Weekly video updates. Okay, this is going to be every position Gianni's in. He's actually going to do like kind of recapture everything he's talking about, give you a little forward outlook of the progress of the portfolio. Then we start to get to the cool stuff. Trinity trades option alerts. This is where he's actually going to fire out. With Trinity trade, you're also going to get a Trinity option trade associated with that. In addition to it, this is actually the real kicker here. This is the Super Lotto monthly option trades. This, okay, is no holds barred where Gianni goes and he swings for the fences. I believe that your Tesla trade was a Super Lotto monthly alert,
Correct.
and that was that thing turned into Mr. Toad's wild ride. Now, before I go any further, I want to show you something, okay? You're going to look right here and you're going to follow me over, okay? Everybody, I'm serious. You're going to want to see this. theotrade.com/Trinity. Okay, we're going to post the link inside of the chat room right now. I'm going to show you exactly why you're going to want to see this because you ain't seen nothing yet, okay? You guys are really going to like this. We're going to post the link inside of the chat room. Follow me over here right now. Scroll down, okay? You get to choose 1 year, okay? 1 year. It's going to cost you $2,000 for the year. That's going to include the terminal. It's going to include the alerts and everything I mentioned, okay? The best value, okay? The best value is 3 years for $3,000. It's actually going to give you 18 months free. Now you're looking at it, you're like, what's the deal? Why are you so, hopped up? This, okay? Here's the big kicker for tonight, okay? For tonight, you sign up tonight, whatever you invest in Trinity Trade Alerts today, we're going to give you back in Theo Trade credits. You want to spend $2,000 tonight? Great. We'll give it back to you in credit. Okay. This is where like in every way, shape or form. Okay. We're trying to make it as easy as possible for people to make a decision. If you want to execute trades with us, do it. They're giving you like literally, if you spend $3,000 with us tonight, you're going to get $3,000 back in credit. It couldn't possibly easier. Like, what else could I possibly do? Okay. Whatever you want. Okay. Theo Trade's got a couple of offerings out there. Okay. You can join us like yearly. We will give you $3,000 back in credits tonight. Okay. You can use it as you see fit over time. Spend $3,000, get $3,000. Could not be cooler. It's literally, okay, double your money bonus over here. How it works. Step 1, join Trinity Trade Alerts tonight. Okay. It's got the console. It's got everything associated with it. We're going to credit you back the same amount in Theo Trade credits. Okay. Spend your credits on whatever you want next inside of Theo Trade. Okay. Can that make it easy for you? Because, by the way, there's like a great question in here. We got you, Rob. Okay. We'll take care of you. Okay. Every dollar you put into this, you're getting $1 out of it. I wanted to make it as easy as possible. I like to do stuff like this because I think it challenges people at the most basic, people want to make money. That's what we're here to do. We're here to help you make money. Okay. And we're trying to do it in any way, shape, or form. You put in $1, you're going to get out $1. And that's critically important. This is the place you want to get educated and do it. It's that easy. Now, in addition to this, okay, and I want to be very, very clear. We still are going to provide you, and I'm going to scroll up for a second on here, and I'll go through this in a couple of different ways. Okay. We're still going to provide you a 30-day money back guarantee on it. So you don't get to keep the credits if you get your money back, okay? But the credits are yours. I mean, you're literally getting a free ride right now into anything you want to do here at Theo Trade tonight. And we didn't do this, a couple of weeks ago. We haven't done this ever in the past. This is something that was kind of like last minute. We're like, let's take a shot. Okay, let's take a shot and see, people want to learn this. You want to check out the new Trinity terminal. It's beta, okay? It's, this isn't even risk 1 to make 1. This is risk 1 to be able to make 2 in every way, shape, or form. The best trade you could possibly make right now is to actually execute into this because there is no risk. Oh no, what happens if 3 years goes by? You get a $3,000 credit that you use anytime, okay? Anytime you want. And there's still a 30-day money back guarantee. We don't want to push anybody into anything they don't love, okay? Love it. Look, everything that's going to come with this, the Trinity terminal, which is exactly what it looks like. And the class is tomorrow, okay? This is the forward-looking console that spots institutional tide, wave, ripple, alignment across every stock. It's $5,000 value, done for you, okay? It does it for you. It's real-time scanning and then scores everything, meaning that when there is a setup, how do you know it's the best setup? Because it actually is going to have a ranking system in there. Okay. You are going to be part of a beta testing group. Yes, you're like lab rats. It's a good thing. Okay. The terminal's actually been built for quite a period of time. Okay. We've actually had a couple of clients on it. They've been testing it, but it's time to finally roll it out. So we're kind of going from like, that initial testing into full-fledged beta. Okay. You're part of it. Get in here. That's why we're actually giving you guys full credits for this. And it's Black Friday special for the first 50 people tonight, And that's the incentive, obviously, to get in here. Real members, real results. Hey, Gianni, today's trade just paid, okay, for my new driveway. People got some weird things they're buying out there, but a driveway, I get it, man. The Trinity Trade Masterclass. This starts tomorrow. This is a closed door session, starts tomorrow. It is how, okay, that you're actually going to use the terminal, okay, and literally how the Trinity Trade works, how the alerts work over there. You're actually going to unveil the Trinity methodology. When I start talking about the Trinity methodology, this is what do the 3 hours actually mean, okay? And I know somebody was in the chat earlier asking about like, when do I exit? That's what the class is actually about. Yeah, inside the mastery session, okay, again, real trades are going to be done, okay? You're going to see the math, the logic, the timing, all of it, okay? So it's how everything actually stacks together in here. And again, this isn't watch me trade, it's trader empowerment, okay? It's, you're going to spot it, time it, trust it, okay? And Johnny's actually going to execute with you. All right. I'll gladly add to the first-hand accounts of trading with Gianni. I'm up over 40% of the year. Be disciplined, okay, and follow the system. It absolutely works. That comes from Ken L. Okay. Thank you so much, Gianni. Account keeps making new highs. Mark S. Okay. Next, the alerts. The alerts is 52 alerts. Okay. 52 alerts. By the way, it kind of breaks down. Sometimes things slow down. Sometimes things speed up. It'll amount to about 52 alerts throughout the course of the year. Okay. Each one of them is a live setup pulled straight from the terminal. Okay. So Johnny's going to let you know exactly what he's doing out there. So every email that goes out, we do email and we do text messaging over there. It's an entry, it's a stop, it's a target, all the reasoning. Okay. Plus an options play. Okay. You'll see the stock, the timing. Okay. And why specifically Gianni's actually doing the trade. And it literally is, kind of trader by your side, if you will. Yep. My TOS account IRA has at least doubled, if not tripled. All right. Next, the weekly coaching calls. So twice a week. What are we going to do twice a week? Okay. Update you, give you, all the education that you need over here. So he goes live literally twice a week. And all these sessions are going to be recorded. You can ask questions, share your screen, okay, workshop some of your trades, okay. Again, you can literally like play these back on recording as many times as you want, but there are 2 sessions a week, okay, and it's real-time market clarity. What's forming, what's fading, okay, where the next Trinity alignments are actually going to be. It's all of it, okay. You're actually going to know by the end of 2 calls a week exactly what Gianni is watching, why he's watching it, and how he actually plans to execute into the next trade. So it really becomes kind of like a personal mentor out there. Okay. I think it gives everybody clarity and confidence. Like the clarity is him actually showing you what is setting up. Confidence is, okay, to be able to execute this on your own. That's what everything we're trying to do is so that people obviously can execute on their own. And that's why we're bringing technology into the mix here at TheoTrade. So it's going to turn ideas into ready to execute plans. Okay. All right. I cannot tell you how my trading has improved now that I'm trading with Gianni and learning his techniques. My portfolio is doing so well. He's extremely intelligent about the market. Along with giving you his ideas, he also teaches you how to look for good charts and coaches you through the process. I could not be happier. Thank you, Gianni. That comes from Dawn. Okay. All right. Real money portfolio. There is a portfolio. Skin in the game, $100,000 portfolio. Okay. No one in here has to actually trade with 100 grand. Again, we are also blasting out option trades associated with this. So the reason that we're actually doing this in a $100,000 portfolio, and he is trading my $250,000 account, the $100,000 portfolio is for you to see real skin in the game, okay, and see the decisions in real time. So you're going to have access to the portfolio, okay, and as he actually executes and things align in real time, you're going to be able to see that. I think that that's one of the most critical things. This is when I say skin in the game, not back test. I can't stand when people are like, a year ago I did really well. Just shut up and trade. I wish that was the slogan for everything we did. Okay. Um, the trade speaks. Okay. You need not. I don't want to hear about anything other than trade executions. And that's critical. And it's going to be transparent, time-stamped executions. This is literally the shut up and trade part of it. Um, Everything that we do here, okay, has to amount to one thing. You making money through execution, same setup, same timing, entries, exit, risk plan. Okay. It's funny because we used to use that saying all the time at like Thinkorswim and TD Ameritrade. Now people call us up and they're like, my charts are broken and this is not working and I need a MACD and a Fibonacci. Okay. You'd always put the phone on mute and be just shut up and trade. Like, let's just see the executions. There's no hindsight, cherry picking. Everything is time-stamped activity. And that's why I was saying a moment ago, when you look through here, okay, these are trade executions. I'm pointing to my screen over here, like you guys can see that. Okay, everything is time-stamped. They're all trade executions. It's real capital. Ain't no paper trading over a tasty trade. They don't even offer paper trading. So it's skin in the game. Shadow or pro, build conviction. Okay, that's what's important. Again, shadowing alive. Okay, accountable portfolio, and it is accountability. That's why I say just trade. Hell yeah, G. My TOS account might catch up to my 401k that I don't manage. Okay, I'm amazed at again, this is actually the portfolio here, the Trinity Trade portfolio. Seriously, account up 156% since the first quarter sell-off. Think about that. His account is up 156% since the first quarter sell-off. He's actually talking about specifically the sell-off had in March into April. Okay. Quarterly forecast huddle. Okay. See the next 90 days before the crowd. This is actually Gianni coming on. Okay. And giving you a forecast for the next 90 days. This is just a focused game plan of what things are going to look like. And right now, okay, I like right now. Things are getting volatile. It's getting crazy out there. This is exactly when you want to sit down and game plan stuff. Weekly video updates. Okay. If you're busy, that's great. In 15 minutes or less, there is a video that comes out. What day do you do the video, Gianni?
Friday.
Friday video. I do my videos on Friday too. Friday video comes out in 15 minutes or less. You can catch up. And by the way, when you replay the video, let's get crazy. You can even do it like, 1.2, 1.5 times the speed. So it's power packed update. It gives you everything that you're in and all the setups that are actually coming. Accountable briefings. All of these briefings are going to count like in terms of setups, okay, the verge of ignition, and again, where you are in those particular positions. Okay. Always be in the loop with this too. That's a critical portion of it. All right, I can get this out. Super Lotto monthly option trades. So this is where, like, how do you say this in the most eloquent way? Gianni swings for the fences. Okay.
Yes.
He wanted this in there. So it's minimal risk, okay, towering upside. Like assume this is going to be lower probability, but just massive upside. Okay. If you're looking for that, trying to hit a grand slam home run by swinging as hard as you possibly can. Okay. This is asymmetric by design. Little risk. Okay. And it opens the door to massive upside. If it fizzles, the loss is capped. So imagine going out there and swinging for the fences and you got like $500 at risk on something and you're swinging for the fences. Okay. Upside potential could be, 5 and 10x. That's the kind of trade that he actually did in Tesla too. Tesla trade was huge. I was even a little surprised in that one. It was in my account. Okay. Signal first, step by step. Okay. The Trinity alignment is tightening. Okay. Timing favors and explosive moves. Okay. Members get step by step plan for strike, expiration. Okay. Entry and exits. Be able to place this minutes. Okay. So this is all of the vernacular you would need behind options. So he's giving you the strike price, the expirations, all the entry and exit is going to be there for the option trades and the super Lotto monthly option alerts. Bottom line, they are precision moonshots rooted in the signal before the story. All right. Okay. That's the best trade I've ever made in my life. This is actually regarding an AMD Super Lotto trade. Okay. And this was, it's actually not that long ago, correct? The AMD trade, a couple months back. All right. Yeah. This one comes from Shirley Quick. I started with a $10,000 account January 1st, 2025 for my trading Trinity trades. It's up 38.94% this year, and that includes the big pullback at the beginning of the year. I still have a few shares of one stock, AppLovin, that we bought back in August of 24. It's up 611%. And again, that comes from Shirley Quick. Trinity option alerts, okay? Last critical portion of this. Okay. With every Trinity trade alert, you're also going to get an option trade with it. Okay. That means you can go after the stock or take advantage of the leverage path of options for bigger upside. So I can't emphasize enough how incredible, okay, your recommendations have been for me. I don't get to join in, okay, on your live sessions on a regular basis, but I try to catch up on your sessions after hours. Thanks for your incredible recommendations and analysis from Eddie G. Again, everything that you get. So you're getting the Trinity terminal. That's the piece of technology that's in beta right now. Okay, we're releasing it. Obviously, you're getting the Trinity Live Masterclass. It kicks off tomorrow. The Trinity alerts. This is alerts that are going to be texted to you. They're emailed to you. You get to see everything that he's actually doing. And they're weekly alerts. You're like, oh, why do I need the terminal? So that you can actually go out and fish for yourself, right? In fact, a lot of the trades that are on that terminal, okay, he's going to do. You're actually going to know about it at the exact same time he's going to be doing it. So the Trinity Trade coaching calls twice a week, you're actually going to be able to join Gianni live, ask questions, interact, feedback. There's a real money portfolio. There's a quarterly forecast, which is 90 minutes of Gianni forecasting the next 90 days, weekly video updates. In 15 minutes, he's going to give you the world. Trinity Trade option alerts. So the options are going to mirror anything that he's actually doing, okay, with the Trinity Trade alerts. And then, of course, the super monthly option trade alerts. And again, that is where Gianni swings for the fences. I reiterate, there's a money back guarantee. If you're not satisfied anytime in the next 30 days, get your money back. It's that easy. Okay. Again, as I always say this, like we want people that want to be here. By the way, with the 30-day money back guarantee, there's no questions, no commentary. By the way, I'm going to tell you right now, sometimes there are questions like, hey, why? But I get it. Sometimes life gets in the way. All you have to do, okay, at any point, if you want your money back for a full refund, okay, for a full refund, just email us. Okay, just email us. Again, thanks to Gianni, I'm learning so much being part of the reason for becoming a lifetime member so I can stay right the right side of the marketplace. Again, we're also going to give you, again, unlimited email mentoring associated with this. At any point, you can actually, literally, you can actually go out and email Gianni with trade-related questions. So ping back and forth over here. Don't miss out. Ordinary traders, okay, will step into this and immediately target 100% plus on their account growth, okay, this year and every year. There are 50 beta spots available. Now, before I go any further, okay, look, you're going to get the masterclass. It starts tomorrow. The masterclass kicks off tomorrow, okay? You're actually going to have charter access to the Trinity terminal. And probably the biggest portion of this evening, okay, whatever you invest, if you spend, again, tonight, I want to be so clear about this, okay? Scroll down to the bottom, spend $3,000, we'll actually give you $3,000 in credits, okay? Spend $2,000, we'll give you $2,000 in credits, okay? Again, step one, join Trinity Alerts right now, spend the $3,000 or spend the $2,000. We're going to credit you back the same amount in TheoTrade credits. It just does not get better than that because, you know, there's another program. Maybe you want a little bit more options experience. Good, go after it. You've got the credit to do so, okay? I mean, it's better than buy one, get one free because I mean, the program out there, you spend $3,000, okay, and we're literally giving you that money back, okay? We want people to be able to succeed with this. Every dollar, okay, pulls double duty. Access to Trinity Trade Alerts in the Trinity Terminal, okay? Again, will literally pre-fund your future training, and that's what's so critical about this. Now, a couple of questions, if anybody's gotten, I am going to take this, okay? By the way, the full track records are available as you actually enroll for this too. People always ask that question. I mean, one of the track records is right here. Just look at the account. Okay. I mean, you look at the account. So these are skin in the game trades. I hope I emphasize enough. That's all that matters to me is track record. I mean, that's all that really matters to us. That's the goal of everything that we're doing in here. So a couple of questions. People always ask what you need to get started. Quite frankly, you don't even need a laptop anymore. Just, you know, you can execute anything and everything that he's doing, okay, directly off of any smart device, okay? If you look next, we don't have to auto renew. It's on a membership. Look, you can sign up for a year. You can sign up for 3 years. We give you an incredible deal to sign up for 3 years. And tonight is even a better deal because tonight, not only are you signing up for 3 years at $3,000, you're getting the $3,000 back in credit. Okay, there's just no question about that. And by the way, there's still a 30-day money back guarantee and all of that. Okay, you're going to get weekly alert video updates. And we want you to be able to follow all the moves, okay, on the portfolio. So not only is this $100,000 portfolio, you can see everything because you're asking about some of the track record. Again, you're getting to see everything that he's doing, okay, in real time. But you're also getting these video updates that are keeping you, okay, clued into like, why did he actually do this? Why did I actually execute the position at this point in time? Okay, you're going to get access, okay, to a private Trinity trade room. So in the Trinity trade room, you can talk to other clients. Okay, you can talk about the Trinity terminal. Yeah, kind of converse about positions and so forth. Converse directly with Gianni. Gianni's going to be broadcasting in there a couple times a week over there. That's a big portion. Number five, you can use any broker, okay, to enter into Trinity day trade. So any broker over there that you want. That always comes up. Gianni, do you have really a broker preference? Don't scare me.
Well, I don't mind using Fidelity for stock trades, but I use Tasty and Fidelity.
I feel so dirty. Fido, Fido. By the way, I come up with a demeaning name for basically every brokerage firm out there. So, by the way, this is one of the things like for me when I trade, like I got to use Tasty, I got to use like Think or Swim because I'm an options geek. Okay, I really am. I'm an options geek out there. By the way, somebody's asking what time the class is tomorrow. So the class is actually going to kick off. Okay, exactly 3 p.m. Exactly 3 p.m. Let's see if I can actually find it in here. So 3 p.m. tomorrow is the class. I know it's 3 p.m. I'm just scrolling through here like a mad monkey. It's 3 p.m. tomorrow. That's 3 p.m. Eastern time. We'll actually kick off the class. Johnny, you going to be 2, 3 hours?
Yeah, probably closer to because we're gonna be centered on the terminal, and we're gonna have another workshop before the end of the year too. So this is kind of like a teaser one, but terminal focused.
Yeah, no, that's great. It's predominantly terminal focused because, well, first of all, nobody's actually really seen the terminal on the on our client side over here. By the way, if you need to get a hold of us at any point, Matt was just pointing out in the chat room. If you need us, call us. That's okay. 623-244-5657. Okay. Matt is actually hanging out with us late this evening. I know Matt's actually on the East Coast. It's late this evening over there. And he's more than happy to pick up the phone, answer the call, and walk you through. There's just some people like, look, I get it. Not everybody's always comfortable putting in information on here. The Black Friday special, though, I think makes this significantly easier. And I urge you. That's something that when I say that we added that like last moment over here, okay, I mean, it's pretty incredible deal. Every buck you're going to spend, you're going to get back. And I mean, if there's like a most ideal way to do education in this industry, that's the way we want to do it. I think that's critically important. Okay. Yeah. By the way, Jeff was mentioning the credits don't expire and they can be used for any Theo trade service. Okay. I mean, we have a chat room that runs all day. You want to use the credits for the chat room for like the rest of your life? Go for it. That's what's cool about it is, if there's something else that catches your eye, okay, I got to tell you, there's a lot coming in 2026. There's a lot coming in 2026, okay, and you will want that skin in the game. And never before have we actually given, I mean, limit to any credit that you're going to do over there. Okay, it's for every dollar you spend, you're getting a dollar back. That's just an absolutely huge risk reward on that one. All right, retirement accounts. You can absolutely use a retirement account. In fact, you can even trade options in your retirement account. I always try to make this a very significant point. Right down here, this is another account that I have. This is an $80,000 account. It's up 19 grand. Okay, in this particular SEP IRA, I'm trading options in here. I'm trading futures in here. I'm trading everything in here. Okay, let's get crazy. Okay, so I trade everything inside of the IRA, but you can absolutely do this inside of an IRA. Okay, stocks, options, anything you want goes inside of an IRA. So, and again, I reiterate, you can use any brokerage firm you want. Okay, I mean, I know that we have a lot of Canadian clientele. Okay, it can be a little bit more difficult to find a decent broker up in Canada. I get it. Believe me, I worked for TD owned, Toronto Dominion owned Ameritrade, so very familiar with the brokerage rules up there. There was a point in time where I had licenses up in Canada, Australia, okay, in all my U.S. licensing too, and Securities Exchange Commission and FINRA. But I'm really familiar with some of the standards up in Canada. It can be challenging. So any brokerage firm you really want can do this. You can email us anytime, receive a response within 24 hours, including trade related questions. One thing I want to emphasize to you, many of us here at TheoTrade, including myself and Gianni, many of us here, we actually held brokerage licenses, but not just brokerage licenses. Most of us actually held registered investment advisory licenses, which means we're more than capable of being like able to answer those questions. Now, I don't carry any more licensing. I put all my licenses on hold all the way back in 2015 when I left TD Ameritrade. But our staff here at TheoTrade is more than capable of answering your trade related questions. And I always stress that to people because there's no one else to talk to anymore. If you spent $3,000 and just had somebody to email for the next 3 years, I bet you anything would save you more than $3,000. And I'm serious about that. What are you gonna do? You're gonna call up Charles Schwab? Has anybody ever done that recently? Anybody here called up Chuck? Okay. Ask Chuck. Let me tell you something about Chuck. Okay. Chuck ain't going to answer the phone anymore. And if it does, Chuck's 23-year-old kid. Chuck's getting ready to institute AI. You're not even going to have a brokerage anymore. Your AI actually passes securities, exchange commission testing over there. It's that bad. Real people to actually answer an email. That alone is worth the cost of admission. At least to me, it is. There are 50 beta spots available. Literally 50 beta spots available. Get results, take action, enroll for Trinity Trade now. There literally is no risk to you. So I reiterate a couple of points tonight. So you actually enroll for this. Make sure you put in a valid email address, a valid phone number, because we're only going to email and text out the trade alerts. Okay. Select whether you want to do 3-year or 1 year. Either one of these, you get full credit for, meaning that the Black Friday special, and again, I want to reiterate this, the Black Friday special, okay, this, okay, works with either one of these, meaning that pay $2,000, you get $2,000 in credits. Pay $3,000, you get $3,000 in credits. Get crazy with it. Okay. Do as you will. I'm not going to push you one way or the other. $3,000 of credit, you do anything you want, TheoTrade. Okay. And it's a great deal. By the way, it takes me about anywhere from 5 to 7 minutes before I see people enrolling. So see a couple people, Michael G in Arizona, Joe G in Minnesota. Okay. Next one on the list over here, Joseph O from Pennsylvania, John L from Ohio, Dan S from Texas. No, it's only been a few minutes. As I said, it takes me about 5 to 7 minutes before I actually see your enrollment over here. So we're going to stay in the room for a couple of minutes. We're going to answer some questions here. I know for some of you, depending upon what coast you might be on, okay, it's late. It's kind of crazy out there. We will stay in here and type questions and type answers to you. More than happy to help you do so. The links are in the chat room. It's theotrade.com/Trinity. If you need us, feel free to call us. Okay. Again, 623-244-5657. Matt is kind of standing by, although there's only one Matt. You can also hit us with any questions you want inside of chat. Behalf of myself, TheoTrade, Gianni, thank you so much for coming out tonight, helping us out over here. Thanks, everybody, and have a wonderful evening. Bye-bye.